Praise the Lord. You see, if I don't say this and I just continue singing, I wouldn't have fulfilled why I'm here. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
The songs that were given to me to sing here, just two. The first one, I'm just going to paraphrase it. I'll move from it and I'll go to the second one. The first one says, Hero sorrow, now I share. Ayelajo, oro, imewa. Gbogbo ewu ló dúró, yíká wa lọ́jọ́ gbogbo. Ẹkún lónìí, ẹ̀rín lọ́la. Ayelajo, oro, as we were coming, I kept singing it while I was on the stand. And my people kept hearing me this. Hallelujah. And the second one, Aye Kishilemi Ati Bowiwoje Mato Shuramijo Sikoja Awosomo Àwọn áńgẹ́lì wọ̀nyí láti ẹnu ọ̀nà ẹ̀mí kò tún lé ṣíra ní ayé kì í ṣe mí àti olùwọ̀dẹ àkóṣùra méjì sí ọjọ́ra wọ́n sọ́wọ́ àwọn áńgẹ́lì wọ̀nyí láti ẹnu ọ̀nà.
Put your hands together as we come on our Father. Baba, over to you, sir.
Father in heaven, we give all glory, honor, and adoration to you. This is the day that you have made, and your word unto us is that we rejoice and be glad in it. You are the living word. Let your voice that you use to speak the earth into form let it all go through me. Let the hearts that will assimilate this word for transformation become effective in our life.
Amen.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Jesus.
Please. I greet you wonderful people of God who are here gathered today. Little did I know that I'll be standing here to speak to you. But you know, when I was a little boy, I belonged to the Boy Scouts, and our motto was they protect. Because you never know when you will be called upon. You must be ready at all times. More so if you are the called of the Lord. It is not so much what you know, but that is the Holy Spirit that ministers through you to send a message. But time is against us. So I am going to put it together very quickly as the Spirit gives utterance. But Reverend Ifemi, I greet you, the head of this church. I greet our mommy, your mom. I also greet the First Lady. I greet you functionaries who walk in the sanctuary of the Lord. I ask for your collective grace in this short presentation. And I pray the Lord of hosts will make the message very clear. Amen. I thank you. Our choir master rendered a song and said that this world is not my own. We are just passing through. That was by Jim Reeves. I also have a rendition by Jim Reeves, but not exactly what he sang. And the rendition is this. Never grow old, never grow old is the land where we never grow old. Never grow old, never grow old is the land where we never That is the land where my friend is now seated. And if you see him at any time, you will not see any evidence of age. You will always think that it was that young man before he came to this country and before he passed. You know, sometimes we speak prophetically without knowing. On the day in question, when my friend was getting ready to go bury the mother, I happened to have been in the church with his son, Reverend Nathan. And I stood up and we were sitting side by side, as we always do. I didn't know him before he called me on the phone because I had delivered the sermon in Shepherd the Mays parish, and for some reason he had access to that sermon. And he called me and I was wondering, I said, who is this? Then he introduced himself. And that was the point that brought us together. Ever since then, we talk every now and then, whether it's in Chicago, and as soon as he gets to town, to Maryland, of course he will give me a call and tell me I'm here. So we became bonded. But on this night in question, as we were doing the service of song over our grandmother that had passed, I stood up and asked him, I said, I hope you don't mind that you are the blood father of Reverend Ifemi. But do you mind if I share fatherhood with you? That I will be the spiritual father of Reverend Ifemi. Oh, he stood up, he said, with all pleasure. Then I asked Reverend Ifemi, I hope you don't mind that you have two fathers. One is your blood father, and who also has been your spiritual mentor that has helped to raise you up. And I am that second father. Little did I know that he will not return from Nigeria. Maybe if I knew, if I had foresight, and I could see beyond the ordinary eye could see, maybe I may have been able to persuade him not to go. But what does Ecclesiastes 3:1 say to us? There is a season to everything, and there is a time for every purpose. And so, he who knows the end from the beginning had done his right up. And when that time is up, there is not a thing you can do. Shakespeare said, I do not know why men fear and worry, knowing that this thing will come. When it will come, this thing we call death. So, there's no amount of worrying on your part. There is not a thing that you do that will stop it when the day is up. And this time was up. Not because what he did or what he fails to do. If it were based on what you do or what we fail to do, I wonder how many people will be privileged to enter the mansions up there. But the decision is his. And when he says it is time, it is time. I also want to add, your societal standing, how wealthy you are, or poor as a church rat, has nothing to do. Because if it were an issue of first come, first go, then I should go before him because I'm older than him in age. Next month, I'm going to be 79 years old. But there is nothing as good as doing this work, because there is an anointing that flows in you. The Holy Spirit renews you from every now and then, and you wonder, how are you able to function? It's not you. We talk of people who have an aura. The aura was in him, and that aura was a reflection of the divine presence of God in my friend, the father of Reverend Ifemi, who passed at the time that God had chosen. So, don't think that because you are young, that you still have time. Nobody knows the time. No one. No one knows the time. It is not the determination. The determining factor is not age. It is not how wealthy or poor you are. The determination is by him. And so, he says to us, every human being should work at your salvation. And work and seek today is the last day. So if the call is made, you know that there is a place for you in the mansions above. My friend, our father, has become my elder. He has become your elder because he has gone ahead of all of us. He has a place there before us now. But I want to say this to you. I will be remiss if I don't pass this message on quickly before I leave this podium. It's a pity I'm taking a little bit of your time, But please cherish every moment that you have. And if you are the call of the Lord, I want you to understand this. Darts and arrows will be sent at you. Remember, you are known and recognized by his name. And the owner of this earth feels very offended that you can do anything to exalt the name of our Father in heaven. So he will do anything to come at you. You could be maligned, you could be accused, all kinds of things at you. But he said, greater is me that is in you than who occupies the earth. And if it's in you, why are you afraid? I must give this message. I was in Massachusetts before I moved to Washington, D.C. I was in this dream, and I'm going to make it as brief as possible. And here I was sitting with a young man by the seashore. And all of a sudden, as we were both talking, we looked up. And right in front of us is this mighty expanse of water. And I'm using this to sort of buttress what the matron said. Standing on top of this water like a solid ground was Master Jesus. The configuration is this artistic impression that we all see about him. He was standing on the water and he was wearing this white linen. I have never seen its kind anywhere. The whiteness is itself creates an intensity of light that you can hardly, the glare is so much that you can hardly look at it. Then, not to talk of how he was enveloped in this light. And as he stood there, he beckoned, he said, come here. So the young man who was sitting by my side, who used to be a member of my church back home in Nigeria where I started before I came to this country. And said, me? He said, no, the person by your side. So I said, me? He said, yes. He said, come here. So I said, I can't walk on water. He said again, I say, come here. I said the second time, I cannot walk on water. The third time, his voice changed and became so authoritative and powerful. He said, I said, come here. Have you forgotten that I asked Peter to walk unto me in the water? So I got up and I walked. And as I would put my right leg on the water, I noticed that the sole of my feet became extended. So I started walking to him. But I couldn't look at his face. Then he said, look at my right hand. So he stretched his hand. And when I looked at the right hand, there was the blood dropping fresh as if he was just being crucified. And it was dropping on the water. Then he said, look at the same thing. Then he said, I noticed that you find it difficult to look at my face. He moderated the light. And then he said, look up. When I looked up, it was no longer that artistic impression that is so beautiful. What I saw was a crown of thorns on his head and the blood on his face dropping on his clothes and on the water. My dear people, I almost melted at that point in time. Then he did something and the clothes shifted. I saw the mixture of blood and water flowing down on his side into his legs and into the water. Then he said, my servants, this is what happens to me each time you human beings commit sin. You crucify me all over again. So, do you see this water? I said, yes. Do you see any land to eat? I said, no, Master. I am sending you to the four corners of the world. Go tell them that I have a mansion. And I want you to think of what a mansion is. If you call this building big, can you imagine what a mansion is? How costly it is to have a mansion. He said, in my Father's house are very many mansions, and I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, I will come back and take you. But if you don't have a relationship with him now, just like our mother from Chicago said, if you don't have a relationship with him now, how do you expect that when he comes he will want to take you to go and be with him for eternity? So he said, I am sending you to the four corners of the world. Go preach my words to them and narrate this revelation, because I am coming very soon. And nobody knows exactly when the coming will be. So be advised, take every day and remember that yes, you can come to church 6 days out of the 7 days in a week. But until you have Jesus, and when you have Jesus, there is a happening, a transformation that takes place. It was no wonder that Alakoso, who was such a rascally musician, immoral, corrupt in every sense you could imagine, the moment he turned around and accepted Jesus Christ, notice the song that is rendered. There is a great change since I'm born again. There is a great change since I'm born again. There's a great change since I'm born again. There's a great change since I'm born again. Is that the lies I used to tell? I tell them no more. The fight that I used to fight, I fight no more. The stealing I used to do, I steal no more. There must be a change. You cannot be in Jesus Christ and then still tell lies, and still cheat, and still be immoral, and be corrupt, and have animosity and wickedness in your heart, and you say you have him. He said no. Our father said in the book of Ecclesiastes, he said the reason that you and I came into this world is to worship him and keep his commandments. When his son came into the scene, he said, he corroborated that statement, but he said that worship must be in spirit and in truth. Yes. So if you're not worshiping in truth, you cannot worship in spirit. If you are not in spirit, you cannot worship in truth. I want to thank you for being present today, because I want you to know what we're saying today is not for my friend to hear. He can no longer hear. And sometimes I wonder when we do service or song, and you see a program, they say, let us pray for he who has passed to glory. How can you pray? It doesn't make any sense. There's no more prayer that can do anything. If you did not change while you have breath, the moment your breath ceases to be, it's over with. Your chapter is closed on earth. So there's no amount of prayer that can help you. But I am glad, because Reverend Nathan said one word here. And he was quoting Job chapter 14. He said, if you die, if a man die, shall he live again? And if you go to Job 19, 25 to 27, the answer is yes, he shall live again. And today is the opportunity. Take advantage of today. These words are not for our Father who passed, it's for you and I. So that when that time does come, when he comes to claim his own, you will be part of him. And I guarantee you, for those of us who have done his will, who will see my friend, who will see our spiritual father, will see that faithful husband, the father and grandfather and great-grandfather, we shall see again. And with our eyes, we will behold him in the mansions that is preparing for us. Amen. I thank you for listening. I'm sorry I took part of this your time, but it is necessary. So we know that there is hope for us. And may God, who gave you the grace to continue in the footsteps of your dad, what an honor indeed. The legacy continues. Anointing that surpasses anointing will continue to be on you.
Amen.
divine attributes of understanding, knowledge, and wisdom necessary for you to minister. God will endow you with this.
Amen.
If it gets rough, it is going to get smooth.
Amen.
For when there was a storm in the sea, he said, "Be calm," and it comes. In your going and in your coming in, it will be with you from this time forth and forevermore.
Amen.
Father, I want to thank you for today.
Thank you,
for all
Jesus.
those who are privileged to hear these words, let your words, let it penetrate us.
Amen.
And not go out, but become like a spring of water flowing inside us.
Amen.
So that in everything that we do, we will cherish the opportunity of being called by your name.
Amen.
And the blessings that befit those who know you, may this be our portion forever.
Amen.
Thank you, and God bless you all.
Amen.
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 Ibi tí a parí ìsìn òní sí òní. Àwọn tó wà lórí òkè fẹ́ ṣàríyá. Ọpẹ́ dẹ̀ wà bákan náà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn akọrin kó dìde dúró ní ìṣẹ́jú 5. Ẹ gbé àwọn onílù yẹn wọlé. Jésù, èmi fẹ́ láti rọ̀jú rẹ. Nígbẹ̀yìn ayé òṣì yìí. Lànà rẹ sílẹ̀ tèmi yorin wá. Mánu wa ti gàdínlòdà. Níbi mi tó dájú. Jésù, èmi fẹ́ láti rí ojú rẹ ní ìgbẹ̀yìn ayé òṣì. Jésù, èmi fẹ́ láti rí ojú rẹ ní ìgbẹ̀yìn ayé òṣì. Lànà rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tí èmi yóò rìn wá sí ibi mímọ́ tó ga jù. Bàbá, lànà rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tí èmi yóò rìn wá sí ibi mímọ́ tó ga jù. Bẹ́mi kò lọ́wọ́, bẹ́mi kò lọ́la, èmi kò ní ìbànújẹ́. Kàṣà ti gbé mi sí ibi àsìnà, ayọ̀ mi ò tí pọ̀ tó. Jésù, èmi fẹ́. Jésù, èmi fẹ́ láti rojú rẹ. Bàbá, láàárọ̀ sílẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ wá. Níbi mímọ́ tó bá jọ. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a dìde, a fẹ́ gbọ́ra nù fún ìṣẹ́jú 3. We are not here to mourn. We are here to rejoice.
Yes.
Amen. Wọ́n kà mímọ́ mímọ́. Wọ́n kà mímọ́ mímọ́. Wọ́n kà mímọ́ mímọ́. Wọ́n kà mímọ́ mímọ́. Àwọn apọ́sítélì Judge of your interior. Tell us what you want to do, talk, my friend. The higher mission elevation now. Immortality can see. I can see the Rama intelligent manaya. I glorify saturation now. Thou, the Maria, thou is original thou. Roman Jalico. Adana Nana Birau. Ujiji Mani Teremiji. Adamana Keja. Oba mi obìnrin aláṣẹ Òkèjà mi odò. Iná wẹlẹ lójú ogun. Arọ́bàdígí ọba mi arọ́bàdígí sọnù. Rada Sali Madara. Rakani Masali Nadata Regina. Marusali Allah. Emu Mayadani. Internal assassination. Dishonor, Gloria. Dishonor, glorify. Waroge Nada. Eri Nada. Owana Tetereja. Owa Tete Wanana. Pekuro Fani Adale. Tiri mi jabi ọjọ́ òkè jabi náà. Ọlọ́jọ́ lọ́jọ́ yọ. Ọlọ́jọ́ lọ́jọ́ yọ. Bọ́lá yọ. Parí wọ́n ń ká wáyà yẹn padà sókè. Èfífín ló rú báyìí. Fi tùràrí ṣàdúrà mi. Ọlọ́wọ́lá ọba mi ọlọ́wọ́lá jìjì ọwọ́ ìdánimọ̀rí yìí Ọlọ́run. Ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ló wọlé wáyé. Ọwọ́ rẹ̀ ló wọlé yìí. Ẹ ò rí ọwọ́ tó wọlé yìí. Ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run alààyè. Ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run alààyè. Ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run alààyè. Jésù Olúwa wa.